Good morning. I'm StampinDeDe, and it is Stampin Thursday, and we're ready to go. It is getting so close to Christmas. I wonder if you're feeling the same rush that I'm feeling. Maybe you're more ready for Christmas than I am, but I'm not ready yet, but I'm getting there. So, but we want to do this today just to maybe get our minds on something a little bit, a little bit different than the rush of Christmas. So I hope you're going to be able to tune in, and if you're watching this live, I hope you'll shout at me and let me know. I always like to know who's watching, and if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for doing that. I hope you'll leave a comment. I love to read the comments, and if you have a question about anything on the video, let me know. I'm happy to answer those questions. Thank you so much for being a follower, for being on here live, and for watching the YouTube video. So today we are going to look at a sketch, and you see the sketch right here. I took this sketch from the new mini catalog, and this mini catalog is going to be going live in January, so get ready for that. And along with the mini catalog, let me show you the front. I can show you the front of it. Along with the mini catalog, we start celebration. And the celebration is a time for every order you place from the mini catalog, you get to choose something from the celebration catalog for free. So for every $60 that you spend on the mini catalog, or any order you put in from online exclusives or from the annual catalog, for every $60 that you spend, you get to pick something from the celebration catalog. So this starts January 7th. And the mini catalog, I believe it starts the 1st of January. So keep that in mind. Start keeping in mind the things that maybe you want to order. All right. So today we're going to use this sketch. And I picked this because it looks like it could use a lot of different designer series papers. So it has got 4 opportunities to use designer series paper or solid construction paper. So let's take this sketch, and we're going to start with that, and we're going to do a very basic, or we're going to look at a very basic card. Hi, Kay. I see you. How are you? Are you ready for Christmas? You're probably more ready than I am. You've got it more together than I do. All right, so let's look at a very basic card. This is a beginner card. Maybe you don't have many tools. You're just getting started, but you want to make some cards, and I'm really into thank you cards because it seems like I have a lot of thank you cards to do. So I used papers from the Regal Winter collection. The Regal Winter collection. And the card base is Pretty Peacock. So these colors feature Pretty Peacock and Wild Wheat. And I just think they go so good together. So this uses a card base of cardstock, Pretty Peacock, and then the other 3 layers are 3 different pieces, 3 different designs from this designer series paper. And then the sentiment is on a piece of very vanilla. And then we have a piece of the basic black twine here. And this follows, this follows the sketch really closely. It takes this piece and actually has the banner cut at the bottom, and then this piece, and then the circle, and the sentiment, and the bow. So this shows you what it looks like to follow the sketch exactly. And it's a pretty card. I would use very vanilla on the inside. So I want to make sure you can see the designer series paper. This is a plaid, and this is a flowered, and then this is a plaid. So they really blend together, and I like these colors together. So that's our card using this sketch, using a very basic style, and really you don't need any extra equipment. Maybe you have a circle punch or a simple circle die. That's the only thing you would need. And you know, back when I started, I took a glass and cut a piece of my paper using that glass turned upside down. I would trace around it with my pencil, and I would cut around it. And this was before I had any tools. And so you can do this without any tools at all. Just a package of designer series paper, some cardstock, and a little bit of basic twine, and a stamp. Everybody ought to have a basic set of stamps with maybe a thank you and a thinking of you, and I'm sorry, and happy birthday. So you need to find a set of basic stamps, a basic sentiment stamps. All right, so that is our basic card that we've done. All right, and then we're going to step it up a little bit. We've gotten a little further along the way, and Kay says no, she's not ready for Christmas either. Well, then I don't feel quite so bad. All right. So this is stepping it up a little bit. So we've accumulated a few dies, and we venture out just a little bit. On this one, I ended up putting a background piece of very vanilla. And I still use my pretty peacock card base, and I still use my plaid pattern paper. And I did tear the bottom of that just to add a little bit of interest. And I matted this piece with black. And then I decided I have a set of everyday detail dies. And I thought, you know, I matted that with black, so I'm going to cut one of my circles with the detailed die. I'm going to cut it with black, and then I'll use the pattern and cut that with a smaller everyday detail die. And I did use a die to cut my sentiment. So you can see I ventured out on this, and then instead of just a simple bow, I wrapped it a couple of times around my sentiment piece and then tied my bow. So you can see how this card is stepped up just a little bit. And look what a difference it makes. It makes such a difference. All right. So now what we're going to do is take this sketch, and we're going to go to the next level, and we're going to make this card together. I've already thought through what I wanted to do. So I pre-cut my pieces as much as I could, so it wouldn't take quite so much time. So I know that I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock card base. So let me fold that and burnish it. But I decided, burnish it again, get a good fold there. I decided instead of going this way that I would go this way. And you can do that. You can take any sketch and twist it and turn it any way you want. So I'm going to go this way. And I decided to, I really like the shabby chic look. I'm a big fan of the shabby chic look. And so I think I'll take this, which is just 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to distress it. And I do that, I didn't mean to tear that quite so much. So I'm going to do that by coming along here and roughing up the edges. Now, there are lots of ways you can do that. You can also use your scissors and come along and you know, just rough up the edges some. But I just did it with my fingers. I just roughed it up a little bit and maybe folded a corner in, like so. Yeah. And tore it in a little bit, folded that back. I just roughed it up. And then I'm going to go over it with a dauber and black ink. And I chose black because I've used black a little on the cards. I thought, you know, I could have chosen Pretty Pink, Pretty Peacock, or I could have chosen Early Espresso. You can just do anything, and I'm going to leave that tear there. That's definitely distressed, isn't it? So I've got my black dauber, and I've got my Memento ink. I do need a piece of scratch paper, so let me get that. Move these out of the way just a little bit while I dirty up or shabby up my, so I don't want it real black, but I do want it to show up. There we go. Gotta make sure you can see this. You want especially to darken the areas that you folded up. All right. I'll go ahead, since I tore it there. I'll make sure that tear shows, although it's going to be covered up. Okay. That's good enough. So I've created a little bit of a shabby look here. I'll set this aside because we're going to add some more ink. All right. Yeah, I like the way that looks. I like that. I'm going to move this up a little bit. All right, so I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal and kick this down. Oops. Center that. I decided to use my deckled rectangle dies to just create a little bit of interest on this piece. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to put that one right in the center. And then I also decided to take this piece and tear it. So I think that's going to give it a little bit of a shabby look as well. Just something different, something to create a little dimension, a little interest. I'm tearing it toward me so that the white shows. Get rid of that. I'm not tearing much off. Just go all the way around it. And tear it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I think I want to tear this in just a little bit. It was a little bit too even. That bothered me just a little bit. The other side isn't going to show that much, but that side is. I'm ready to put this down as well. Isn't that other side pretty? This Regal Winter paper is beautiful. All right. I'll put that right about there. Now I decided to cut my circles with the deckled rectangle, and instead of circle and the sentiment, and instead of matting my circle, I decided to offset them. I decided that would, and you know what I wanted to do really with this piece was dirty it up just a little bit. And I should have done that before I put it down, but I can still do it. All right, and then I'm going to put this one down. I've got 3 circles here that I decided to use the circles instead of following the true, you know, I'm just playing around with it a little bit. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and dirty this up. It's in Very Vanilla. I don't need to do much on this, but just a little bit. There we go. Just to fit in with the theme of the card. But I think I want my string, instead of being out here, I think I want it underneath. Let me see. I know I'm going to need dimensionals, so I'm going to go on and get those out. I'm trying to use up my edges of some of my paper pumpkin dimensionals, so I'm really cutting it up. I think I can use that. So I'll go ahead and put this piece down because I'm going to put it under this, I think. Go on and put this piece down. All right. All right, I'm going to take some of the twist out of this. And I'm just going to kind of lay it down to see how I want it to look. Maybe another one. This one needs to be long enough. They both do, that they show. There. I think that will look good. It's coming out from behind it. So I'll go on and cut this off. And I think the easiest way to keep that is to put my dimensionals on the back. I use the edges of my dimensionals. Do you? Do you use the edges of your dimensionals? I try to use every piece up. Oh, I did that wrong. I did that wrong. Whew. There we go. And I'm going to put it this way. I'll move this out where I want it because I want this almost over the edge. And then this piece is going to go right here. All right, I'm going to put that down right there, and that'll secure that ribbon. Yeah. I don't know where my end, oh, there it is. I started to say my end piece disappeared, but it's right there. Get it out from behind this piece. I don't know. There it is. It wants to go right back over there. There we go. All right, so now we have this last piece. And I think well, I've also got my sentiment piece. And I want to put it down here. Again, I'm offsetting from the original sketch. All right, so I want to put this down. And there's dimensionals under that. So I don't need dimensionals on this. I'll put this down right here. Just barely covering that. And I'm going to put my sentiment piece down here. But before I do, I cut out some. This is from the Unbounded Love set. And I thought, you know, that's a big white space there. Maybe if I put some of these right here. Let's see how I might do this. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. I'll do that. So I'm going to put some glue on this. Just a little. It doesn't need much glue. I'm going to put that right there. You have to hold it down a minute to get it to stay. And you know, I probably could put a piece of dimensional right under that. Just a little piece. Go ahead and take the back off of this and put it right under the circle to hold that up. All right, we've got that on. Put this on. Just a little bit of glue on the back. Put that there. Whoops. That comes up with my finger. And put this one on. Maybe move it this way just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. It just gives it, it adds to that shabby chic look. All right, then I've got my thank you. And it's from the Unbounded Love as well. And I'm going to put this because my stamp is never even. So I have to line it up with something straight. So I use my grid to line up my stamp. I don't like this side as well. But it didn't come out straight. So I'm going to make this look like the front side. All right. It's okay. Well, you know what I can do? I can dirty it up some. We're going to tear one end off anyway. I'll dirty it up a little bit. And you'll never know. You never know that it wasn't the front side. Sometimes these die cut shapes, you can tell. But we'll fix that. All right, let me see if I can do a better job this time. Line that up with the bottom of my paper. Because this top is not on straight. And I know that. That's better. That's better. All right, I'm going to glue it here, put a little dimensional here, and I'm going to tear it here. And I'm going to dirty up my tear. All right. Got that done. I just need a little bit of the dimensional right under that end. I still want the ends of my back paper, the basic white, very vanilla. So what I'm going to do here is put a little bit of dimensional right there too. just the littlest bit to hold that up and to secure it a little better. Put it right there. All right. I like that. The colors, I don't, these colors, wild wheat, I don't use that a whole lot, but I wanted to use it on this card. Anyway, now I think what I'm going to do, though, is add some sparkle gems. Let's see. I could do the black or the gold. I think I'll go with the gold. Put one right there. One right there. Where can I put the third one? I don't want to put it up on the raised portion. Put it right there. All right. Now, we've got our card finished. So you can see how I took the sketch, I turned it, I used sort of the same elements, but I just took a little freedom with my circles and the matting it. Still use the string, but I used it a little differently in my sentiment piece. All right, so that shows you ways to take a sketch and move it from a very basic card into a little bit more embellished card. You know, I haven't collected a lot of things yet, but I do have some dies and my thank you stamp and some string, my pattern paper. And then here, I've collected more things. I've got dies. I used the same paper. I've got gems. I used more of the ribbon. I turned it. I added the shabby chic element to it. All right. So I hope that encourages you to take a sketch, and whatever level you're at, you can take that sketch and make it your own. I want to show you one more card that I did with the same sketch, and I used this idea. I turned it sideways. I used softer colors. These are from the Unbounded Love or Unbounded Beauty. Unbounded Beauty. So I love the colors in this. And used ribbon instead of string. But basically, I did the same thing. I went ahead and distressed my background paper and used a little bit of the petal pink and oh, what is that? It's the Summer Splash. The Summer Splash on my edges. So just to give you an idea of how to take it and use it with different papers and different cardstock, but you've still got the same idea coming from the same sketch. So I hope you're encouraged. You know, it's time to quit making Christmas cards and move on to winter and the upcoming spring. So thank you for watching this. And let's see, next week, what are we doing next week? Let me get my calendar out. Well, I don't know what I did with my calendar. I bet it's here. There it is. So next week is mystery stamping. So I will give you the clues on Wednesday, and you gather your supplies and make that mystery card with me. We'll make it together. You don't have to figure out anything. We will make that together. So that makes it easier. It makes it a lot of fun. I hope you'll do the mystery card with me. And I always try to find a fun card, template that I really like. And we'll do that together, and then I'll take a break for Christmas and be back in January and try some new things. So, thank you so much for being here with me. Kay, thank you for watching and always supporting me the way you do. I appreciate that. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. But I'll see you next week first. So we'll be back for Mystery Thursday. Mystery Thursday. I appreciate your watching on YouTube. I appreciate you. And if you have any questions about this, then don't hesitate to ask. All right. Have a great week. Finish up all that Christmas stuff so you can take a breather that week before Christmas. All right. God bless. Bye-bye.